Welcome to the SPOR Learning Module, OMS01, an overview of OMS. OMS is the Organisation Management Service from the EMA. It provides a common platform for managing data that defines organisations and locations. The same data is reused in different systems and supports regulatory procedures, for example through integration with electronic application forms known as EAF. It provides a centralised service for registering organisations and their location data. It is used to manage organisational data, including the attributes that define organisations and their associated locations. It is a core component of the SPOR Master Data Management Platform, and it has been deployed for live operation since June 2017. This SPOR Learning module provides an overview of the EMA's Organisation Management Service that is known as OMS. It will be of interest to anyone who is involved with managing organisational data or regulatory submissions within the EU Medicines regulatory network. Guest access to publicly available OMS data is open to everyone. Registered access is provided for NCAs and industry stakeholders only. Once you have completed this course, you may want to explore further training modules, including OMS02, Viewing OMS Data. By the end of this course, you will be able to understand the purpose of OMS and its place in the context of the SPOR platform. You will know how to request access to OMS. And you will understand the OMS Operating Model. The EMA is delivering a set of data management services, known as SPOR, for the centralised management of master data. It will be compliant with the ISO IDMP standards. The four data management services cover the four domains of SPOR master data. Substance management services, known as SMS, harmonise data and definitions to identify uniquely the ingredients and materials that constitute a medicinal product. Product Management Services, known as PMS, harmonise data and definitions to identify uniquely a medicinal product based on regulated information, for example, marketing authorization, packaging, and medicinal information. Organisation Management Services, OMS, data comprising organisation name and location address for organisations such as marketing authorization holders, sponsors, regulatory authorities and manufacturers. Referentials Management Services, known as RMS. Lists of terms or controlled vocabularies to describe attributes of products, for example, lists of dosage forms, units of measurement, and routes of administration. SPOR applies to both human and veterinary domains. Human and veterinary medicines will use the same PMS, SMS, OMS and RMS services. The organisation entity in OMS represents an organisation as a legal entity. For example, an organisation name. Organisations are country specific. All locations under one organisation must be located in the same country. For the purpose of OMS, global companies are split per country, even if they have the same name. There cannot be two identical organisation names associated with the same country. Each active organisation must be associated with at least one active location. Assignment of organisation IDs follows these principles. The location entity represents a physical location or address associated with an organisation. Active locations may only be associated with one active organisation at a time. An address can be present in multiple locations. Each location will have a unique location ID. This location ID is maintained when the location is moved from one organisation to another. Implementation of OMS offers a number of benefits for the regulation of medicines. It provides increased data quality and simplification of data management processes across the regulatory network. It also provides improved data integrity and reliability, which allows for more efficient regulatory action and decision making. Reduced data silos and improved interoperability across EU systems means that regulatory requirements can be met more effectively. Operational savings and efficiencies can be achieved through the reuse of common data across different procedures and regulators. There are opportunities for OMS data services to support regulatory submissions using systems such as EAF and CESP. Access to the OMS data service is available for registered users that have been authenticated in advance via the EMA registration portal. Consult the OMS web portal for further information about these data services. A number of different SPOR user roles are available. Guest users. No login is required. Guest users are free to browse publicly available data via OMS. They cannot download data or raise change requests or submit translations. The super users role is available to both NCAs and industry, a special type of authenticated user who can approve access to SPOR for other registered users from their own organisation. Documentary evidence is required to validate authorization for super users to represent specific organisations. They also have access to the same OMS functionality as standard users, for example, change requests. Users. An authenticated user from a specific industry or NCA organisation. Their access and affiliation is approved by super users of that organisation. Users are able to search, view and download data from OMS and RMS. They can also submit data change requests on behalf of their organisation and subscribe to notifications of changes. Anyone requiring access to OMS must first complete their registration with the EMA registration portal before submitting a request for a specific SPOR user role. Guest users may be any member of the public. Roles available to industry include industry super user and industry user. Roles available to NCAs include NCA super user, NCA translator, and an NCA user. The way in which organisational data management services are provided by the EMA to stakeholders in the EU Medicines Regulatory Network is defined in an operating model. The operating model identifies roles and activities involved with the organisation data management services. The scope of operational activities includes providing access to OMS, requesting changes to existing OMS data, including inactivation, and requesting the addition of new organisation and location data. Access for users of the OMS system is through the SPOR web portal. Data exchange between computer systems can be integrated via the SPOR Application Programming Interface, known as the API. Stakeholders that consume and use organisational data from OMS are expected to come from NCAs, industry, vendors, academia, and the EMA. EMA data stewards maintain the OMS data on behalf of the EU Medicines Regulatory Network. A common process is defined that requires pre-registration of new organisations and locations, or updates to existing organisations, prior to submission of information to the EMA and NCAs as part of regulatory activities. Pre-registration of organisations starts with a request from industry to update the registration of their organisation. Requests are received by the EMA, validated, and OMS is updated. Once organisation IDs have been granted, they are available to be used by industry for submitting applications. The EMA are also responsible for updating the centralised dictionary of organisations once organisation IDs have been approved. In this course, we have covered the purpose of OMS. We have discussed how to request access to OMS, and we have described the OMS Operating Model. If you require additional information about working with OMS, please visit the OMS web portal. Select Documents from the menu bar and click on the View option. You will be able to see a range of general and technical documents, including the OMS Web User Manual and a guide to registering for access to OMS. Congratulations on completing this course.